So I'm very excited. I just got a notification that I have received an old antique memory book in the mail at my front desk. I'm going to pick it up. Oh my God. Let's see what this is. Ah, another envelope. This isn't fake excitement. I don't know which one this is because I've ordered a lot. So exciting. American Memo Technic, Theoretical and Practical. Pliny Miles. This book was written and published in 1846 by Pliny Miles. Oh my God. Oh my God. By the way, if you want to get a copy of this book, I'll put a link down in the description where you can get a PDF copy of this book for free. Ooh, I'm gonna read this book today carefully. And then I'm gonna tell you what I learned from a 170-year-old memory book by Pliny Miles. So here is the major theme of this book. What he really teaches, almost exclusively in this book, is a system that today is known as the major system. A system of turning numbers into pictures using sounds. Every digit, 0 to 9, is assigned a sound. So then when you see a number, you're seeing a series of sounds, and you just make words out of numbers. Then once you have the ability to turn numbers into a picture, then he uses that to remember all sorts of stuff in this book. He applies it to how to memorize history facts, but it's something known as the peg system. He doesn't call it the peg system in this book, but that's what it is. This book is 100% devoted to turning numbers into pictures and then using those pictures to remember stuff like historical dates, events, and that kind of stuff. I'll show you what I mean. The system that Pliny Miles talks about in this book of sounds to numbers, he did not come up with. This actually goes back to some earlier memory books that unfortunately I don't have the original copies of. It's one of my life goals to get, but it's this book right here that I have printed out. Look at this, how thick this is. 500 pages. Gregor von Feingold, The New Art of Memory, published in 1813. He actually first came up with this. Some variations were made on it by a guy named Major Banowski. He was a Polish refugee, and then he had a student named Amy Paris who made some more modifications on it to give us what Pliny Miles is talking about here. So here he introduces a concept that's today known as the major system. Back then it wasn't. But he assigns every digit 0 to 9 to a number. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He says the word cipher starts with the S sound, and so 0, he makes the S sound. He says that 1 is just one stroke, kind of like a T. He said that T has one upstroke. The M has 2 upstrokes. So since it has 2 upstrokes, it's the number 2. 3 has 3 strokes if you make this one as 1 stroke. 4 ends with an R. 4 is R. 5 is L. In Roman numerals, L means 50. 6, he made it a J because he thinks that a 6 kind of reversed, it looks like a J. He says if you kind of turned a K the wrong way, it kind of looks like a 7. 8, he said that an F kind of looks like an 8. All you got to do is connect it there and connect it there. So 8 is F. And 9 is a P, because a 9 reversed is a P, just like a 6 reversed is a J. He wants you to memorize this first. Then once you have this memorized, then he starts making fun with it. So we go over here and he takes the number 95. Well, 9 was P and 5 was L. So he puts 2 vowels in there and he makes the word peel. The number 80. 8 is F and 0 is C. So he makes the word face. He goes into some really cool ones here now. 324. 3 is an M. Look at that 3. If you kind of turn to 3 on its side, it looks like an M. 3. How many downstrokes in 2? N. What is the last letter of the number 4? He makes this a minor, like a coal miner. His picture for 324 is a minor. He goes through many examples right here. Basically what you're learning is you're learning a code. He's showing you how to look at numbers. Instead of seeing the numbers, you see a picture, because your mind will remember pictures more than it'll remember numbers. That's just a proven fact. If you have a picture for every 3-digit number, then just 3 words is a 9-digit number. So much easier to remember 3 words than it is a 9-digit number. Here's a good one. 97. Same principle as before. This is a P, right? But a P and a B, pa and ba, sound the same. So he uses a B here. And so he uses B. This is the ka sound, right? 7 is K. It looks like a backwards K without the extension. So he's got a K here. And he makes the word bake, like you're baking food. And he goes through so many examples here. I mean, he really does a good job of going through so many examples. Here are his examples for 4-digit numbers. I'm going to do 1 here for you. 2 is, remember how many downstrokes? How many strokes here? This one can be a P or a B. He uses a B. And then R, remember? Look at that. The word number. For this, I would use a number sign. These are 2-digit numbers, these are 3-digit numbers, and here are some 4-digit numbers. Then he moves on to something that he calls a Memo Technic phrase. And this is where he puts it all together. He lists out things that he thinks it would be interesting to memorize. For example, he has chapters devoted to American battles, American historical event, ancient battles, ancient chronology, biographies of illustrious persons. He uses the pictures for numbers to remember dates, and this is how he does it. So a historical fact that he thinks is interesting: Hannibal was a Carthaginian general who went against Rome. And in 218 BC, he crossed the Alps. So you have the event, Hannibal crossing the Alps, 218 BC. Create an image for this and create an image for this and put them together in a story. Hannibal crossing the Alps, 218 BC. 2, remember there are 2 downstrokes? 1 downstroke. 8 is F, but it's either F or V. Fa or va are the same. Those are interchangeable. Native. And the story he tells is Hannibal crosses the Alps and it astounds all the natives. Now you see that picture, you imagine the picture, and you will always know in 218 BC, Hannibal crossed the Alps. So now I imagine a bunch of natives. Another one he did was Paris first became the capital of France in 510 AD. So he turns 510 into a picture, France into a picture, and he puts them together in one story. Paris, made the capital of France the year 510. 5 is L because in Roman numerals, it's 50. This is the sa sound. It could be a S or a C. It's the sound sa. And here, 1. Now, you've always said that 1 equals ta because of the 1 downstroke, but ta and da. So there are several numbers that have alternates. 8 is F or V because they sound the same. Fa, va, ta, da. We put a D right here. Holidays. Now here's the story he creates. Paris was made the capital and the king took holidays to Paris. Another one. The pyramids were first built in Egypt 2090 BC. Pyramids. First built in 2090 BC. We're just going to remember 2090. 2 downstrokes. The sa sound, the pa or ba sound, and the sa sound. He makes the word nice bow house. Here's the S, here's the B, C, nice bow house. I had to look what a bow house was on the internet. It looks like it's a place just where people meet, like a restaurant or a gathering place or a fun place. So now he creates the story. The Egyptian pyramids cost more than a nice bow house. I might even elaborate and say at the bottom of the pyramids are a nice bow house. If you don't know what a bow house is, you could
always turned it into a nice bus.
He goes on and on throughout this book. He lists events from history, the rise of the Puritans, Robert the Bruce elected. I'm going to give you all of this. If you want to go through this book and look through this PDF, I think it's gold. I think this book is gold because it's going to teach you how to remember history facts and so much more, where you turn numbers into pictures. In this PDF, this book, it's every picture for every at least 3-digit number, maybe a lot of 4-digit numbers too, which I have never seen this listed out anywhere before. So I'm going to recommend that you download this book in the link below and read it for yourself. And I hope it makes sense to you. So if you want to remember historical dates and facts, this book right here, which I just paid a good amount of money for an original copy, but I'll give you a PDF copy for free down in the description below. But you will also get to find out about my memory course. I have a memory course called Black Belt Memory, where I teach about a lot of other methods that are not mentioned in this book. If you liked this video, I appreciate the thumbs up. Comment below and I will do more of these videos. I am a student of the history of memory training, and this was a fun day for me. I'll see you on the next video.